Good morning, grade 3 students. How are you? I hope you are fine. This is our second online lecture. In this video, we're going to learn about vocabulary, new vocabulary words and reading. So I just made it as easy as possible because we are still in the revision week. So let's see what is this video about, and there is some hidden questions inside the video, so I want you to pay attention. Grab a paper and a pencil, and whenever you see one of these questions, I want you to pause it and then write the answer on a piece of paper. And when we meet during the Zoom meeting, I will be asking you about the answers of these questions. I hope you have fun, so let's start. So what are the objectives in this video? In this week, we will be able to use vocab words and sentences, read the text, help from the paramedics, and identify cause and effect in a text. Let's start with the vocabulary. So the first word we have is the word paramedics. Paramedics, these are people. Now the paramedics, the word paramedics, this is plural, in plural, because it has an S at the end. What is the singular form of paramedics? It's paramedic, only one. A paramedic is a person trained. It means he worked hard to give medical care to ill people. Ill means sick. People is the plural of one person. To sick people or ill people before taking them to hospital. So a paramedic, he gives like a emergency medical care and then takes that person to the hospital. For example, let's put the word paramedic in a sentence. There are 2 paramedics on every ambulance. Now I want you to share your vocab words or share your sentences using these vocabulary words. You can either try to make them orally or just write them on a piece of paper and send them to me when possible, or you can get ready for our Zoom meeting when we talk about these vocabulary words. The second word in our vocabulary list is the word cure. Cure. Now the word cure can be a noun and it can also be a verb. Here in the text they used it as a verb. What is the meaning of the word cure? Cure. This is with long U, okay? Cure. So it's a verb. It means to heal a person or an animal from a disease. So to cure someone, it means to heal a person or an animal from a disease. Let's put it on a sentence. For example, only a vet can cure my dog. So I'm waiting for your sentences and your creativity in making sentences using the word cure. The second word we have is the word siren. Siren, as you can see, this is the siren. The siren is this thing on the ambulance. So the siren is also, it's a noun. It's not a verb, it's a noun. It's a naming word. What's a siren? A siren is a device that makes loud sound. Okay, you can try to make the sound of an ambulance while watching this video. Let's use it in a sentence. For example, cars pull over means move away, move aside, when they hear, listen, the siren to let the ambulance go by. I bet you have heard the siren sound here in Lebanon a few times. And what happens if you are in a car, you should remind the driver, whoever he is or she is, to pull over so that the ambulance will make its way and go by. Now, the last word in our list is the word equipment. Equipment. Now, this is a noun, as you can see. Equipment is a noun, and it's in singular and plural, and it means supplies. Supplies. So, what is equipment? For example, this is an example: a scoop stretcher. Do you see this thing held by the 2 paramedics? This is called scoop stretcher. A scoop stretcher, this is an example of a sentence, is one of the equipment for paramedics. This is an example of equipment. So I will remind you to use these words in sentences orally or written. You decide. So that's it. That was all our vocabulary words. Now let's move on to the reading text. Now, before I start, I want to tell you something, that if you find that this reading text is long, and I know that probably you are tired or something, you do not have to read it word by word. You just have to understand it all and get the idea, okay? So the title of this lesson is Help from the Paramedics. As you can see in this picture, these are paramedics in the field. They are trying to help someone who is apparently hurt, maybe sick or ill, but probably he has an injury. He is a hurt person. So let's start. This is paragraph 1, okay, and this is paragraph 2. How do I know that? Because the paragraph 1 has an indent. An indent is a space, empty space in the beginning of each paragraph, okay? So let's start. Paramedics are people who help others, full stop. They take care of people who have accidents, such as falling down, God forbidden. They help people who suddenly get sick. Paramedics quickly treat the sick or hurt person. Then they take the person to a hospital. At the hospital, doctors work to cure the person. Second paragraph. How do paramedics find the sick or hurt person? How do they know that there is a sick or hurt person in this building or in this place? When someone suddenly gets hurt or sick, a family member or a friend, anyone who's next to that person, what do? They call 911. Now, this text is doesn't apply to our country. Okay, so this has nothing to do, we do not have 911 here in Lebanon, okay? So this is also in USA. The 911 worker calls the paramedics, okay? So it's like a chain. A family member make a call to 911. The 911 operator or worker will call the paramedics. The paramedics drive an ambulance to get to the hurt or sick person. So let's continue. This is paragraph number 3. The paramedics must get to the person quickly because he may be in danger. They must get the person to the hospital quickly. 2. That is why an ambulance has a siren. A siren makes a loud sound to warn other cars. Cars pull over to let the ambulance go by. I want you to read this paragraph again, and I want you to find a cause and effect from this paragraph. Now, usually the cause happens first, and then after the cause we have the effect. These are two events or two sentences related to each other, where one sentence causes the other, or one sentence is the effect of the other. Paragraph number 4. Paramedics work in teams of 2. This is very important. Not only one paramedic. There should be 2 paramedics in one ambulance. The 2 paramedics work together. One paramedic drives the ambulance. The other paramedic rides in the back, helping the person. Now, this is a picture that will show you one of the paramedics, this one here, he's trying to help this person. Together, they bring the person to the hospital. Sometimes paramedics get all the credit for saving someone's life. At the hospital, a doctor takes over. The team tells the doctor what happened. They tell him what happened because they were there during the accident, or they were called to the place where the accident happened. They have to explain all the situation. If he's a person who got sick at home, they will tell him, maybe giving him a history about his illness. And because they get the chance to interview his friends or his family members. That's why they have to memorize, or maybe they have to write all this information and give it to the doctor. And these information are so important to save that person's life. Okay, now since these paramedics, they are not doctors, okay, they are trained to give first aid to patients or to sick people. Sometimes they need help. Okay, let's continue here. I believe this is paragraph 5. So when paramedics are helping someone, they can get help too. A paramedic can call a doctor. The doctor can tell the paramedic what to do. This is a picture of a paramedic probably checking a program or a software. Maybe he's not calling a doctor, he's checking a program or a software about human body to find out what's wrong with the patient. Paragraph 6. To become paramedics, people must train. It's not easy. They work long and hard. They spend months in classes taught by doctors. So who teach these paramedics? Doctors. They must learn how to tell what is wrong with a sick or hurt person. We have a cause and effect here as well. I want you to find it too. They must learn how to use equipment. This is another thing they have to learn. Not only the scoop stretcher that you saw before, but there are other devices that they need to learn how to use it. Paramedics practice their skills. This helps them learn how to do their job. The training and practice make them ready to help people. They are lifesavers. Paramedics must make sure that the ambulance is always clean. So their work is not done after they deliver the patient to the hospital. They also have work to do. Look at this picture where paramedics are cleaning the ambulance. They must put supplies in the ambulance. They check the ambulance after they take care of each sick or hurt person. Then they get another call from 911. They head off to help the next person. That was our lesson. I gave you 2 assignments. I want you to find 2 causes and effects in this text. Plus I want you to tell me who plays the role of paramedics here in Lebanon. Okay, so these are 2 questions that I want you to answer, and give me an answer to these questions during our Zoom meeting. Until then, thank you for watching and see you soon.